Welcome mates, I'm BloodThirstyLord by Incoming Lordy, and today we're back once again for the third video of today on Predator Hunt Grounds, highlighting the patch notes of 2.14, I believe. And there seems to be quite a bit in this update because it's around 11 gig to 12 gigabytes in the update on the PC. That is crazy to think of. We're going to highlight everything in detail and go through our opinions about each change that is actually beneficial to the game. If it's just bugs and fixes, some of them will obviously be accounted for, and some other ones are just there on the side. We don't have to go through every little one, but we'll have it on screen as well. I'm kind of excited for this, so let's get into it. But also, you mates can support us on the Epic Games Store by using our creator code BloodThirstyLord to purchase any games or DLC. More info in the description below. But before we do get into this video, there's only a small percentage of mates that watch the video that are actually subscribed. Leave a like to show your support, click the subscribe button to keep up to date, press that join button to become a member of the channel. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. So let's go into the patch notes. So the new paid DLC character, which we talked in the previous video, is the Valkyrie Predator, and the early access weapon is the Norse Hammer. We knew about that. Also, the update is now available, so you can actually download it. It's around 11 gig to 12 gig. Keep that in mind. The free update will consist of their custom private matches, the Beast Rocket Launcher that you can lock at level 24, and these masks that have been highlighted for the Predator as well, which we also talked about in a leaked video recently, highlighting Haze, Rival, and the Wretch mask for the Predator. Alongside that, some general fixes and exploitations been done. Yeah, it's all cool. Alongside the fire team did have some more issues being fixed. Okay, nothing crazy. The plasma rifle got some more tints. The beast weapon got a 6x or something with the 6x, so nothing too crazy. Fixed issue with the magazine was not being able to remove during the reload for animation of the OWLF Pitbull, and the reduced the field medic's benefit on the actual amount of health that's gained after a revive on a player. So that's kind of good, but now we move on to the big changes, and it seems like it's going to be a huge update for the Predator overall when it comes to his armor. So increase all armor of all Predators in the game. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see how that all works out, alongside some war paint issues with the actual customizations. And also one thing we've been dreading, which is the Elder Predator skin's not actually working, and it looks like they fixed that issue as well, so that's good to see. And also one of the weapons being the battle axe got buffed. It has a bleed attack on it now, so that's cool. The combat stick has some issues fixed with it. The net gun had the same thing, the bear traps had the same thing, and the trapper perk on the actual Predator class. So nothing too crazy. That's kind of decent. And now we move on to the custom private lobbies, which you can now select modifiers in the Hunt or Clash game mode. And there's a couple of them. You've got Clash, which is normal settings, Hunt, the normal settings, AIs, modify abilities, and power specific to the AI characters. Kind of cool to see that. Same thing with the fire team. These are fun modifier to make it less serious. I don't know what that may be. General match modifiers just applies that on. The HUD, you can hide or restrict uses of various HUD elements. That's pretty cool. Predator, modify abilities and power to that. Weapons and gear options, modify weapons and gear usage. Custom modes existing in the Clash game mode being the Classic Clash, and also Stabbers only, which you can only use knives in that game mode. And then custom modes in Hunts are the Classic Hunts, Hardcore Hunts that's just more intense. There's also a game mode called the Lunar Shooter. The chopper must have taken us a lot higher than we thought. It almost feels like we're on the moon. Okay, interesting. And the floor is lava. We talked about this being maybe a potential game mode in the past, so that's kind of cool. Predators like to hunt in the heat, but sometimes things can get a little too hot. So I wonder if it's just the floor itself just being full of lava and simple as that, or you have to actually stick to the tree lines and use the branches to your advantage. That's when a tree build will become really fun in this game. Highlighting the modifiers on the screen as well of what they could possibly be, and there's some images highlighting some changes in the spread of weapons, the bleed out animations, the money up duration, the parrying. So you can make it more of a serious threat to the Predator against the fire team by changing some of the stats. I wonder what happens when you change the other stats in the game as well. Should be very interesting. I think the best part of this update is not getting a fire team character, because we all thought it was going to be a fire team character, but it isn't. It is a Valkyrie Predator, and that's pretty cool. We'll most likely have our first little gameplay today or tomorrow, depending on the duration, because right now it's getting late. It's around 3 or 4 a.m., so it's kind of crazy. So we're going to try our best to get through everything. But that is insane to see this amount of stuff being added to the game. There isn't too much when it comes to the Predator. They fixed a whole bunch of issues alongside increasing the armor and the weapon itself. On the battle axe, making it a little bit more beneficial. Yep, it's bound to happen. The battle axe can be in a bad position, especially with all the health increases on the fire team previously, so that's good that we get some benefits there as well. The custom prime matches seem to be the most interesting alongside the Predator DLC and the Predator mask, or the couple of masks they get for the Predator, and that is it. The fire team didn't get really too much here, which is kind of understandable because they've been getting quite a bit in the last couple patches. So it looks like they've swung it back into the Prancer's favor, but I'm not sure about the balancing that happens in the game to increase all armor on all Prancers with no numbers being modified or showcased to us. It gets kind of annoying, but we're going to try our best to understand everything and see what actually is better. But I'm guessing the characters have more health will have more armor, and that pretty much works like that. But an interesting patch overall, maybe a huge patch. I don't think it's the most craziest thing ever, because we were still hoping for like a big content drop, which would have been a new fireteam character, new Prancer character, 2 new maps, and new game modes that you can play online with friends, not just custom game modes. So I feel like that's a little bit thing that fell kind of short. I wish those game modes would be applicable online so people can just match up with friends or match up with random people and have a blast while doing it. But sadly, that may not be the case. But mates, tell me your opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear them. Do you think this is interesting? Do you think this update will bring you back to the game? Are you still playing it and are you happy about this update? Tell me your opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to know. And as always, mates, it is a pleasure to have you guys on the channel as we go through this. And I'll catch you, mates, next time. Bye.